Great times, America. Good times indeed. Great, great, great times, America. Oh, yes. Great times on the horizon for America. Thank you for tuning in to another episode, another edition of the Guillotine News Network, where we are all about chopping the head of lies, falsehood, and deception. Thank you once again for tuning in, family. And as you guessed it, good times indeed, America. Good times indeed. The homeless rate at an all-time high. Good times indeed. The incarceration rate at an all-time high. Good times indeed, America. More people on welfare than ever before in the annals of history here in America. But you've guessed it, good times indeed. How about the people that are abusing prescription drugs at an all-time high? No issue. Great times, America. Rapes at an all-time high, molestation, pedophilia running rampant, but good times indeed. Oh, yes. What about the cancer rates? Diabetes, ADHD, Alzheimer's. Good times. Good times indeed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, my goodness. But what am I talking about? You just got your 200,000 follower on Twitter. You have so many likes today of your booty pic that you just posted on Instagram. What am I talking about? You just spent the last 5 hours of your night sitting in a strip club being entertained 5 hours straight by the jiggling of a booty. You've literally been entertained for the past 5 hours by watching a booty jiggle. But I'm the crazy one, right? Well, you might think that I'm crazy, but there's those people that live and breathe this. They're called financial experts, economic advisors, millionaires and billionaires, who right now, if you're not aware, America, people like Zuckerberg, the Facebook creator, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Alan Greenspan, Gerald Celente. These are some of the highest people in America. And guess what they're doing? Guess what they're doing right now during this good times, America, during this good times? They're dumping the US dollar. They're literally dumping the US dollar that they have and exchanging it for other currencies. Some of them are even fleeing America. They're fleeing America. They're going to other countries, and some of them are even giving up their great United States citizenship. You go look it up for yourself. You look it up for yourself. Well, what am I? Who is this guy to tell me that I'm not having good times? Good times indeed. Did you know? Were you aware that if you put a frog, and this frog can actually be alive, if you put a live frog in a pot of water and you turn the heat on and you begin to boil that frog, as long as you do not turn up the heat all at once, and you turn it up gradually, you can literally cook a frog alive. It won't jump out of the pot. So I ask you, all of you wise ones, all of you who seem to have so much depth and insight into what's coming, could it be that possibly we're in a so-called pot here in America and we're being boiled alive? Too concerned with our own self-absorbed, self-made celebrity statuses that we have created for ourselves on the internet to even be aware of the impending storm clouds that are gathering. But it's good times indeed. You don't have to listen to me, but I want you to just bear with me a little bit longer because this is going to be very short today, but I want you to hear from one of the top analysts, top economic advisors in the land. Let's hear what he has to say. Hold on 1 second, family. Let's pull that up right now.
Do you believe that they believe that there is going to be a run on the banks?
I believe that they believe that there's going to be a financial crisis. And when that financial crisis hits, with that beautiful two-bit smile, somebody will tell you on the other side of the teller's cage over there, didn't you read
in
your agreement?
Did you pay attention?
You can't get your money out.
You're not getting your money out of the bank.
They're looking at the total financial situation. Look what happened in the United States with the new jobs report that just came out earlier this week. The jobs aren't being created, and the ones that are being created can't pay a living wage. They're going to have to keep tapering going. And come January, they're also going to revisit the debt ceiling and whether or not to keep the government operating again.
What?
They're postponing this for the Christmas holidays. And I believe all of these restrictions are being put in place because when the system collapses, you get screwed.
What? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Mr. Salente, but I thought it was good times indeed. I thought it was good times indeed. But your trusty American government, who goes all around the world promoting democracy. We have to go around the world and promote democracy because these are uncivilized savages and they need our way of life. The people aren't being treated fairly and properly. So it is our duty as the American government to go civilize these savages and help their nations out because our nation is so prosperous. Our nation has so much prosperity. No, it's just a small segment who are struggling. It's just a small segment of society that has student loans that they cannot pay back. It's just a small segment of society who's on welfare. It's just a small segment of society who is being boiled alive. Don't worry about them. Let us go help the others in other countries because us, the American government, we are the purveyors of freedom, of equality, of the higher standards of living to them all. Did you know, in all seriousness, that the word democracy, when you break down that word democracy, the first part of that word democracy is demo. Then you have the second part with this cracy, C-R-A-C-Y. Well, the first part of that word Demos comes from the Latin word demon. And the second part, crossi, is Latin, and guess what that means? It means rule. Rule, R-U-L-E. So when you look at both of those words together, it actually means the rule of the demon, the rule of the devils. I'm just making this up, right? This was just some type of clever trick that I just used. What about the word government? Because our government, the lovely, trusting government, what does that mean? Well, when you break down the word govern, that means to rule or control. The second part of that word govern is ment, M-E-N-T. When you look at the word ment, the Latin, that stands for mind. M-I-N-D, your mind. So when you look at those two words together, what does that stand for? To rule or control your mind. But let's take it one step further, because I'm making all this up. You can't go and research this for yourself. I'm making it up. This is just a clever trick that guillotine's using. When you look up the word ment and break it down to the Spanish contemporary root word system, ment actually means lie. So now let us examine what that word really means. To control the lie. They control the lie. They control the information, the news, the media, the information that they give you. Did you know that your lovely government now has MRAPs and the militarization of police officers? Why do you think they look like they're coming straight out of Afghanistan and Iraq? Is it because they see good times on the horizon? I ask you. They had a literal study. This is your government. They had a study done with elementary and middle school children. Elementary and middle school children. There was a survey, and they had this survey conducted in which they asked the question to elementary and middle school children about a mythical made-up animal called the tree octopus. Go research it for yourself. 70% of your middle school and elementary school children said that it actually existed. This is what your lovely government is producing in the minds of the youth. Absolute foolishness, but good times on the horizon. Isn't that right? Well, I don't know about you, family, but if I were you, I would start paying attention to what's going on instead of being so self-absorbed. Right now, they have a group of American citizens called the Preppers. And this is really what this show is all about. And we're almost done. If you have not been paying attention, you need to probably maybe at least take this much in. These preppers are preparing for something. Maybe they're preparing for the wonderful times that are predicted to come to America. Just like Alan Greenspan and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are all preparing for the wonderful times by dumping the US dollar and fleeing America, and some of them are giving up their US citizenship. Well, some of these preppers are preparing for those disasters. For when that guy you just heard, Gerald Celente, say you won't be able to get your money back out of the bank and the US dollar is about to go flatline, meaning it has no value. Well, when that happens, do you think there'll be peace in America or riots? Do you think that there's just going to be calm? Or do you think it'll be absolute chaos? Well, you probably figured it out by now. Probably it's going to be very chaotic. What about all the natural disasters? What about a huge tsunami or earthquake, tornadoes? What if that happens? Are you prepared? Have you started to store any water, any food, any canned goods, any flashlights, any radios, any generators? What have you done to prepare? You need, I don't have all the information. I'm just disseminating it so that you can go and research it for yourself. And if it's a lie, then just disregard and move on. But if it's the truth, then don't you think you owe it to yourself, your family, your loved ones to begin to do something instead of being so distracted and being boiled alive like that frog in that pot? If you don't have a lot of money, that's no excuse. Take $20, go to the dollar store, and you can literally buy water, canned goods, batteries, candles, flashlights. You need to try to at least get 3 to 6 months because we don't know what's going to come, but you need to start to think and prepare for the future. Wouldn't it be better to be prepared than to just be totally caught off guard? That's not fair to yourself, your family, or your loved ones. Family, I just want to say this to you, and I'm done. Do something for yourself. Don't be the person who's stuck at the end and did not do what they needed to do to save themselves and their family. So this is once again Guillotine from the Guillotine News Network. I thank you for tuning in once again, family. Love you. Love you. Love you. Peace. Holla.